Welcome back to Yoshi Entertainment, everybody. So I've heard this story. It's been circulating a lot, and there's been a lot of pictures of this young woman circulating on the internet. And at first, I wasn't going to make a video because this is a very, very touchy topic, and I do understand that. But I decided to make a video anyways. So there was a post going around concerning this young lady. She's an art teacher. And the parents of the students of our classes, some of them, were saying that she should be fired because they were claiming that her body was distracting the students. Now, there's a lot of pictures, or quite a few pictures of her in her outfits on the internet. And most of the ones I've seen, there's nothing that I would say it's inappropriate about them. Like I said, for the most part, especially when she's in the classroom with her students. Now, I have seen a few where she's like wearing a crop top, stuff like that. But for the most part, most of the outfits that she's been wearing in the classroom didn't seem inappropriate to me. Now, I think what the issue is, like this, I feel like there's so many things that play into this topic. So I think the real issue is just that she can't help the way that her body is shaped. Now, some people were trying to say, I guess, that she got plastic surgery or whatever. We don't know that. I don't know that. I'm not just going to assume that she did. This could be her natural body, you know. So she can't help if that's just how her body was made, okay? This is how she was shaped. This is how, she was born. Like, it's not her fault that she has big boobs or big breasts and and a big butt. Like, she can't help that. Now, a lot of people were saying that a lot of the people who were saying that she should lose her job for being distracting towards the students because of her body were mostly women. And they were saying that these women were only saying that because they were jealous. And I get it. Like, there are some women, they get jealous when they see women who have larger assets, so to speak. And the only reason why it's like that, like, the only reason why this woman is going through this, why this is an issue right now, because of the beauty standards, because of the pride, because of the just whack standards when it comes to body images. Like, God made a host of different bodies, right? A host of different colors, shapes, and sizes. That's the way God made us. And it was good. It's good the way he made us, because it would be boring if we all looked the same. Although the problem we have in our society is we're so overly sexualized. We're just too lustful, like everything we've perverted. And we idolize one body type over the rest of them. We've nursed this culture, and then we get jealous of other people when we don't look like them. We don't look like the preferred body type. Now, I'm not saying that this gives anybody a reason to be resentful or jealous towards anybody because they have a desired, quote, a desired body type. I'm just saying that this is the reason why we're in the predicament that we're in. Like, we need to stop just putting things, like I said, body types, like these beauty standards that are really toxic, on a pedestal. We need to appreciate the way we've all been made. And here's another thing that I've come across. Like, a lot of people like to blame God, and they'll be like, oh, God, why did you make me this way? No, it's not God. Like, it's the people who have made these whack, like I said, standards, and who have perverted everything and idolized one body type, one facial type or one skin color over another. Those are the people that you need to be blaming for why our, community is in the predicament that it's in, not God, because he didn't do none of that, okay? Like, God is not to blame for none of that mess. That's people that did that. But anyways, I do believe that some of the women who were attacking her, it was done out of jealousy. Although some of them might have just thought, she's voluptuous, she's very attractive, that is going to distract the students. And I feel like it's kind of a bit of a double standard, because this is not the first time, if I'm correct, that this has happened to a teacher, to a female teacher. But it's kind of a double standard, because what about all of the male teachers? Like, I remember going to high school, okay, wasn't that long ago, and they had like really handsome male teachers. How many girls you think were distracted by the male teachers just because they had pretty faces? So let's not forget about that too. Don't just throw the women under the bus, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's a bit of a double standard in that, again, it wouldn't be those male teachers' faults that they have a handsome face, okay? Just like it's not her fault that she has a voluptuous body, you know what I'm saying? And again, with the whole, like, us coming in a plethora of different body shapes and sizes, like, got tall people, short people, dark-skinned people, light-skinned people. people with long hair, short hair, curly hair, thick hair, kinky hair, thin hair, right? Like, we've got to teach our children that people come in different shapes and sizes, and it's okay to do that. That, don't, like, exalt one over the other one. Like, appreciate everybody for what they look like. Even if you say, oh, well, I don't like tall people, or I don't like short people, or I don't like thin people, or I don't like thick people. First of all, nobody cares. Like, that's what some you need to get, not just to the kids, but to some people. Nobody cares, because that's your opinion, and you have a right to have that. But what you don't have the right to do is bash people and disrespect people just because they don't look like what you want them to look like, or they don't have the body type that you like the most, or that you have favoritized, or they don't look like the standard or the image that you think is the most pretty, or is, the beautiful standard or image. That's what you don't have the right to do. Anyways, I do believe, unfortunately, this society's children, this generation, they're a lot, what's the phrase I want to use? They have been exposed a lot more than maybe the previous generations have been. And as a result, make no mistake, a lot of them are very aware of things that they should not be. Let's just put it that way. So a lot of people, like, they thought that it was unfathomable that a child could be distracted by an adult's rear end, which it's not unfathomable. Like I said, kids, they know too much for their own britches these days. So they know exactly, like, if they're staring at a teacher's butt, they know exactly what they're doing. Unless they're just, in La La Land or something like that. But anyways, a lot of them do understand for the most part. And it, like I said again, it's not her fault that she's, voluptuous. You just need to get a hold of your children and be mature adults yourselves. Like I said, we all know that we come in different shapes and sizes. Be respectful of that. Okay, don't talk about thin people for being thin, and don't talk about thick people for being thick. And get your children to be mature. What you're going to tell them is you're going to sit down, you're going to pay attention. You're not going to be looking at your teacher the wrong way, in an inappropriate way, because that's not nice, that's not right. Act like you have common sense and you have home training. And that's all that needs to be done. Like I said, the people that's like, talking about, she should be fired just because, she's thick, that's crazy, because that's this woman's job and livelihood that you're putting on the line because your kid can't focus because they're too immature. And like I said, there's some immature adults out there too. Okay, so all I'm saying is don't throw shade because of the body image, because we would not want the same to be done to us. And like I said, let's not be so quick to label every woman that has something to say about it jealous just because she doesn't look like her. Because I feel like a lot of people like to pull that card in a very incompassionate way. Like, people can't help the fact that they weren't born with a lot up top or a lot down bottom, so to speak. So let's not be so quick to throw that in their faces. And again, only do to people what you want done to you. So if you don't want that done to you, then don't do it to other people. It's that simple. So like I said at the beginning, all of the pictures that I've seen so far, like I said, you can't help the fact that she has big boobs and a big butt. Okay? And if you're that distracted by it, then you're the one with the problem that you need to, like I get it. Oh my God, she has a big butt. Like, and then you pay attention to something else. But if it's like a distraction to the point where it's a problem, then that's something that you need to do some self-reflection on, and it's something that you gotta fix. Okay, not trying to like make somebody feel bad or hurt somebody's ego, but that's something that you gotta fix if it's that much of a distraction to you. Learn how to keep your eyes somewhere else. Now, like I said before, I was getting off topic. I haven't seen any racy photos of her in the classroom. Like all of her, outfits, they covered her cleavage, they covered her butt. So I don't see how, like I said, other than you just being distracted because, you have a problem, how that can be considered, a distraction, so to speak. These two photos were the only two photos that I could find, like where she's wearing a crop top here and where she's wearing this camisole without a bra on in the classroom. Those are the only two photos that I found where I would say that those are inappropriate to wear in front of children. because you don't want to expose them. And I know some of y'all are saying, well, these kids have probably already been exposed, but you don't want to add to that, you know. Now that would be a distraction if you wore something that was inappropriate to wear in a classroom full of kids. And of course, I'm sure that the school has some sort of, rules of the engagement of, your teacher, what's appropriate to wear in front of children. But like I said, other than that, like that's the only thing I would have to say about that. Like I said, you can't help the fact that she's got thick curves, to just always make sure that you wear the appropriate clothing. You're not, exposing your body parts. You've got on a bra. You're, especially if you have like a very large boob size or breast size rather, because you again you don't wanna be exposing to the children that you're trying to teach and actually cause a distraction. You know, so I tried to cover all bases in this video. Like I said, I'm not like I don't. Whenever I looked at this, like I said, I tried to wait and put it off so that I could really just, like I said, gather my thoughts, like I always try to do. And like I said, I just saw it as, like I said, I've said this 1,000 times before. You're gonna get sick of me saying, but like it's not her fault that she's built like this. So I just want people to keep that same energy too when they're considering thin people, because people like fat shaming is a thing, and it's very disgusting and it's sad, and I hate seeing people do that to other people. But thin shaming is a thing too, or skinny shaming. And like I wouldn't want somebody to like throw shade at somebody that's skinny. So being somebody who's considered skinny, I'm not gonna do the double standard thing, or like stand from a safe distance and be like, oh well, like this is not my battle to like fight because I'm skinny. Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I've never been like that. Like I don't like watching anybody get shamed, whether it's thin or thick people. So I just saw this as this young woman being blamed for just being thick. And like I said, and I also said that you have to be careful what you wear around children at the same time, because it can be exposing to them. And like, don't make no mistake, like these children, they know, because they've been exposed, like with all the stuff that goes on TV, that they are exposed to on TV. Y'all think y'all kids don't know anything. Y'all kids know everything, some more than y'all do. So, but anyways, I tried to cover all bases in this video. I don't think she should lose her job. Like I said, I'm gonna double down on the just make sure you wear like the appropriate clothing so that you're not exposed in front of the children. But I don't think she should lose her job for this, because that's just absolutely absurd. Like, the woman has to make a living, okay? Like, this is her livelihood. But anyways, y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comments below.